Right. Hello, folks, and welcome to a very special, informative, and very educational edition of Rat's Ass. And I bid you all good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you may be watching this transmission and tuning into Rat's Ass. And what am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about it's kind of on you, kind of on everybody, and getting a lot of feedback for some reason. Let's start off with social media. I don't know why, but my several social media accounts have opened up for some weird reason. I don't know why. We just had a 0 subscriber special on Mike in the Night where we got 0 subscribers on YouTube in 14 or 15 months in a row. 0. And all of a sudden my channel's opening up. Now, could it be that the stuff we were talking about before is being allowed to be spoken about today? That's the question. Now, he's talking about, now he's allowed to talk about this. Let's open up a video let's open up his channel because now what he's saying is no longer controlled information distribution. But the signs were there, everything was there, and the people that followed this or tried to make sense of what was going on were laughed at and ridiculed at. Yes, so Gordzilla's in the comments saying, "Good morning, Mike. I got that special. Yep, the 500 Mike in the Night 0 subscriber special. That's right. We went, so now what's happening? Then let's figure this out. Let's take what we got going in front of us and kind of decipher what's going on. Right? What have we been talking about the most on this channel? Well, going across the channel and searching across the channel, the number one thing I found that we talked about is basically money laundering and how China is destroying the world. Now, I'm noticing other content creators that just started a channel 3 months ago that have 250,000 subscribers that are now talking about this. And they just started a channel 3 months ago. And now it's kind of like being allowed to be talked about. Was it the rising interest rates? We told you about rising interest rates. Was it the rising interest rates problem? Don't take on too much debt. Calculate your TDS. Why are you taking on so much money? Could it be that? Right? What could it be? Right? So for some reason, on several social media platforms, my channel is growing, and I can't tell you why. I don't know why, but it's almost like flip the switch or something happened. So I don't know why or how. Rulas is saying shadow ban is nasty work. Nitin in the house. Nitin has been a correspondent for us here. On our show, Mike in the Night, from India. So you're tuning into a very special edition of Rat's Ass. All right, what do we got going on here on Rat's Ass today? I want to put up a few topics, a few discussion pieces that are very important, and then I got a few emails to read to you guys, and people reaching out some people are just finding the channel. Some people are commenting on videos from 7-8 years ago. Some people are like, wow, this video is like it was made today. Like, what the hell? So this is what's happening, folks. The information is getting out. I don't know why they're allowing me to get the information out. Could I be controlled information distribution? Now they're using me. Right? Yeah, so Low Roller Scratcher saying, wow, you gained 400 subscribers. YouTube misses you. Yeah. So nothing's freeze in the house. Everything is well, my friend. But, okay. So let's get into a few topics here and kind of mold around why we're here today type of thing. And let's go over to our friends over at Better Dwelling. Canadian unemployment surges for young adults and recent immigrants. This is very important, folks, because Canada's bringing in scores of immigration, right? Scores of migrants, not immigrants, migrants. I'm an immigrant. I'm a Portuguese. My family came here to build Canada and got our asses deported in 2007. Canada's deported, brings in workers, kicks them out. And Canadian unemployment surges for young adults and recent immigrants. So if you're coming to Canada, watch our video we made. Watch this video before you come to Canada. I should open something here for you guys. Here it is right here. Watch this video before you move to Canada. That's what the title is called. You might want to watch this video before you move to Canada because it's very, very important that you understand what is happening. So Canadian rapidly scaled its generous immigration policy to fill a surge of vacant jobs. Those vacancies proved to be temporary, but the immigration policies remain largely unchanged, according to Bank of Canada, and the producing higher unemployment and more competition for the remaining jobs. So Canadian proppers are not getting jobs. We talked about that in another video we made. If you want to check it out, it's called "You're Gonna Get Ready to Lose Your Job." Watch Get Ready to Lose Your Job, folks, if you have time. It might be worth the time to watch. And higher unemployment and more competition for the remaining jobs. As a result, 1 in 8 recently arrived immigrants are now considered unemployed. However, the damage doesn't stop there. Canada's youth unemployment rate is even higher as young adults compete for the same entry-level jobs. And the tightening job market impacts most people, but the central bank notes 2 demographics and disproportionately impacted immigrants and young adults. And welcome to Canada. There's a 1 in 8 chance you'll be unemployed. So that is not good. And here's the problem. Where is this employment going to? Where are these other 7 jobs being created? Well, let's go here. Let me organize this. There you go. These are the jobs that are being created. Job growth in Canada led by increase in public sector workers. We've been warning you about public sector versus private sector. So here it is. There it is. On the face of it, Friday's job report is a good one. We added 90,000 jobs in April. Unemployment rate held steady at 6.1%. But it's all... Let's get to the point, folks. Down here somewhere. Oh, damn. I highlighted it. And it's gone. The majority of the 90,000 jobs created last month were part-time, 50,000 part-time jobs to 40,000 full-time and 28% of the job growth. Where's the public sector here? Basically, where did I... So basically, it's all public sector jobs, and the 97,000 job gains continuing to increase in wages could give Bank of Canada a pause for correction and lowering rates. So it's all public sector. Its majority is public sector workers. And if you want to find that, you can find it here. Sorry, guys, I actually highlighted that section for me to read to you guys, and I just can't find it. Government jobs destroying Canada by 2025, 60% public sector. By 2030, 80 to 85% public sector. And that was a year ago. We did that almost 2 years. Private versus public sector jobs. Canada's interest rates were raised on junk unemployment data 6 years, 9 months ago. And Canadian economy too dependent on public sector jobs. Nearly 9 out of 10 jobs created in 2021. And yeah, it just keeps going. There's a couple of good ones down here, actually, I found. So, best year on record, and it's all public sector. So, majority is public sector jobs. So, Canada is creating jobs for the government. So, you get taxed more, right? Okay. Guys, I also want to jump in to... Let's go to your comments here. Yeah, I'm gaining 5 subscribers a day. It's a hot topic. I think he called it out. It's unfathomable not to have 1 subscriber gain in 12 to 14 months. Yeah, it is. You guys can watch the 0 subscriber special. It's a beautiful show. It's a beautiful show. Where is it? Where did they put it? Look at this Mike of the Night from 7... Look at this... Sorry, guys. I'm kind of under the weather here. Look at this Mike of the Night from 7 years ago. Mike of the Night, mass... government misinformation via climate change and climate lockdowns ahead. 7 years ago. Woo! Anyways, where's that 0? There it is. 0 subscriber special. What a beautiful show, guys. If you guys didn't tune into it, oh, that's me playing a... Is that me playing a video? What yeah, let's see here. Yeah, it goes into right there. This is how your channel did last month. So we went 18 or 14 months without a single subscriber, and that was a very interesting. It was very interesting. I don't know why it shows one thing and then it gives me another thing on the video. It's right there. I'm not sure why it's not showing me what I want to see here. But it is what it is. Let's see if I flip the camera and show you guys. There it is. So, it's really weird. Really weird what's been going on. Am I allowed to speak of something now? Is something that I've spoken about allowed to be spoken about now? Spark Jive is saying government cuts are coming. Okay, interesting. Let's see what happens with that. Low Roller Scratcher, it tells me they can't even cover up their intentions properly. So there it is right there. Okay, so let's get into this, guys. These companies have laid off Canadian workers in 2024. So let's keep an eye out here. So if you're living in Canada, let's take a look at this. BCE, Montreal-based communication tech giant, said on February 8th it was cutting 4,800 jobs. Benchi, I don't know what that is, Toronto-based artificial intelligence startup, unspecified amounts. BlackBerry, Waterloo, Ontario-based technology company, announced plans to cut. And The Body Shop, 200 workers. Canada Goose Holdings, Cascade Inc., Chorus Entertainment, CPA Canada, Chartered Professional Accountants, said it was 12 that it was cutting 20% of its workforce. So that's CPA Canada. Those chartered accountants that are getting laid off. I spoke to several people in this. They're just getting rid of the Canadian proper or the Anglo-Canadian European expansion. That 20% is pretty much Canadian CPA Canada accountants that sympathize with Canadians are being let go. And Doral Industries and Enbridge, 650 positions. Factory Direct, 200 employees. Google, tech giant, kicked off a year with trimming off its workforce. Groupe Justa pour Rire Inc., I don't know what that means. Indigo Books and Lightspeed Commerce Inc., Lion Electric Company, Lynx Air, Mastermind Toys, 272 employees. Mountain Equipment Company, 1,700 staff. Rona, 300 jobs. Staples Canada, office supplies. Taiga Motors, 70 people. TC Energy Corp. Vice Media Group. And Wayfair, U.S. Home Goods, 1,650 employees. So this is the job cuts that we know of that are happening here in Canada. And let's move on to, public sector jobs. Now, I got an email from someone reporting or referring to this, how China destroyed Canada. Money laundering is how we got into this mess today. Follow the money. And somebody actually took the time to watch the video and actually took the time to look into what I was trying to say. There's the Vancouver model, right? And this is coming from the Financial Crime Academy. The Vancouver model exists, okay? The Vancouver model exists. The Vancouver model was a model that was put in place to allow foreign investors, predominantly from China, to park their money in our real estate and buy our companies and factories or whatever they want to buy up, telecom companies or whatever. This is why Canada is being destroyed, is because of the Vancouver model started in BC. You could find it on the CBC, CTV, and all the different, they were reporting on the Vancouver model. This kicked off during the 2010 Olympics when foreigners were allowed to come in and buy up Canada, and our politicians were selling out to the highest bidder, and they couldn't care less. They could not care less. So somebody wrote to me and said, "Hey, Mike, I actually watched that video, and I'm understanding now why I'm not sending my kids now to Canada to study, because I understand it's been taken over by Chinese communists." And then it goes into this. Now, this key video ties in to everything. Now, China itself was seeing an outflow of capital flow, and China clamps down on banks moving currency overseas, parking money in middle-class housing. We said it right there 7 years, 9 months ago. But the video got no views, right? Well, now what's happening is, I guess it's being allowed to be spoken about, and that's why my channel's now all of a sudden becoming, people are following me all of a sudden, all these years. And that's why this rat's ass episode, it's like, no one gave a rat's ass about this stuff. This stuff was already there. You are being sold out. Now you know why they had to pull the trigger on a pandemic, right? And this goes to our controlled information distribution, which we've been complaining about on here. You're being lied to. CID, outside opposition, how controlled information distribution works. CID, controlled information distribution, more medical misinformation and random leading. What is this one about? This is what it is about.
Quickly want to talk about this. This is kind of I think this is like what we're getting into and what we're talking about here on the channel. And let me open this up because I believe this is really important that you guys see this. Okay. Read more. Okay. YouTube. Let me full screen this for you guys to see. YouTube removed my video from 2018. Mike in the Night spiritual warfare launched against the world. Governments want our souls for medical misinformation. So the video was taken down. I'll show you the picture. Scroll right and see what Tucker Carlson said today. So there's the video there. So let's scroll right. Watch this. There it is. There's the video. Mike in the Night spiritual warfare launched against the world. Governments want our souls. Okay. So this was taken down at 11:03 p.m. on the 30th of September. And then so this was out of New York, so out of the East Coast, October 1st. So within minutes, so 11 p.m. West Coast to East Coast, it's already October 1st, okay? Tucker Carlson warns globalist elite are waging spiritual battle against humanity. And if YouTube allowed me to open this picture, you'll see the timestamp up top of my phone, what time it was, and it wasn't even midnight yet.
Right, and the video I had, if you look here, about the spiritual war, the whole thing, was actually a video from 2018. That is the problem. This is controlled information distribution. This is, I guess, what they're going to allow people to speak about certain topics. So, so there it is right there. I just wanted to point this out to you guys because I don't know why my speaking points were taken, my discussion points were taken, and everything that I talked about was taken, and even my title was taken, but then 5-6 years later, they take down my video. It doesn't make any friggin' sense. And I believe in controlled information distribution, folks. And I think controlled information distribution is what's misleading people on where to go. You will see less of me. Who will be the bringer of truth? Controlled information distribution. Russell Brand is allowed to speak. He finally saying what we have been saying for years. Yeah. Look, you want the truth? CID is real. Controlled opposition is controlled. Controlled information distribution. Right? One thing I want to mention before we kick off tonight's show is one thing that I'm having a trouble wrapping my mind around is, I'm going to coin a term here today. Controlled information distribution. CID. CID. Doesn't exist. You can look it up. I just made this up before the show, taking notes, and I said, controlled information distribution. What is the deal? I'm getting bombarded with so many messages just in the last day alone of people saying, look what Joe Rogan's saying about Justin Trudeau. Oh my God, look what Alex Jones is saying about this Justin Trudeau. Look what all these people are saying. Look what they're calling out the tyrant in Canada and this and that. Why now? This is what I'm thinking. There's controlled information distribution. And this is why we've been so shadow banned everywhere. Because we don't have these guidelines where information gets distributed or gets, open when it's a. So, been warning you guys about this for years, and I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening across social media, guys. Another thing happening across social media, which is really weird. They reopened my TikTok account. I was in Tik Tok Jail for a couple of months. And as of a week ago, they reopened it. And I'm sitting at 22,000 followers. How is that even possible? I don't even know how that's even possible. But according to this, in the analytics, 1 out of 3 people are following me that watch my content. So this is, people are looking as a, well, Mike, You're on social media. People will find you and follow you if they like you. Constantly. I was on 2 view Tik Tok Jail. I wouldn't get out of 2 views. And everything, half of my videos were taken down for going against their guidelines, right? All right, folks, let's interact with some of you folks out there. What do you guys have on your minds? Jose Flores, a.k.a. No Way Jose from Mike of the Nights here. Debbie Kozak, good to see you too. Timing is everything. If one desires to deceive another, the truth always comes out. It's the delay of information that kills. That's right, Rob. Which leads me to, sorry guys, an email here that I received. And this email is very interesting. Hi, Mike. I have followed you since your housing chats in the Lower Mainland. You hit the nail on the head with your predictions. Furthermore, your warning about when to get out of Vancouver market was spot on. And I left Vancouver. I told you guys I'm leaving to a 2-stoplight town, a town with 2 stoplights, and I'm out of the city. We moved out of the Vancouver area into the Okanagan. We purchased a 3-bedroom townhome for what a 2-bedroom condo in Surrey would have cost. But I am concerned about where the prices have gone here as well. You must have noticed the same increases in merit. I can see why people are considering moving out of the country to get more bang for their buck. Thanks. And that's the email right there. And I appreciate these emails, folks. I get some pretty good ones, too. There's some of them that I'm just actually very concerned about showing you guys emails. I'm concerned about talking about certain things with you guys, right? Because I don't know what's going on social media, right? So yeah. So is China to blame for what's happening across the Commonwealth? That is the question, right? And if you look here, folks, real quick, we were warning you guys. Is China to blame for Australia's housing crisis 5 years ago? 50 million empty apartments in China. Massive 2020 collapse. Government needs to shut this down 5 years ago. Signal turn, Chinese housing market. Sri Lanka wants to undo deal. There's so many economic trouble. China in serious trouble. When China invades Taiwan. We've been really trying to figure out, like we have so much. Liar mortgages for middle-class Canadians to keep up with money launderers. Just China sanctioning Australia. It's been nonstop. With this and all right, let's see if I could find. I had another page open here. I don't know where the heck. I hope everyone's having a good day, folks. I just didn't want to do a quick rat's ass live stream here with you guys and kind of discuss a couple of topics here. Who else is out there? Pamela's listening at the pool again. Mr. In Between says, Mike need Mike in the Night back. Yeah, Low Roller Scratcher saying, wow, you gained 1,900 subscribers in 5 days. You've been losing subscribers for 2 years straight. That's exactly, yeah, something's going on. I'm telling you guys. I think he called them out. It's unfathomable not to have one subscriber gain in 12 to 14 months. Rick Hunter, hello, Mike. Hope you are having a great day. My awesome friend. Yes, Rick Hunter, sports, horror, and conspiracy. Low Roller Scratcher, can you reapply YouTube monetization again? You got nothing to lose. I'm not. They won't partner with me. I already checked. They'll review my channel in next year. March of next year. YouTube will reevaluate my channel. So maybe some of the stuff I said before may be allowed to be said now, and they'll look at it and say, okay, let him go, because now he's allowed to say that. So that could be the thing. It could be the key or whatever it is, right? Yeah, one thing that held me back for years was when I was covering 7 years ago the Chinese gangs laundering fentanyl money in real estate and destroying Western society, and displacing families in New Zealand, Canada, UK, and America and the blue states. And I was covering this, and now it's actually becoming something. And new content creators that just started 3 months ago are complete heroes for uncovering what we already knew. Rat's ass. It's all rat's ass. It's like it was there. It was there the whole time, and I don't know why. Money laundering, CPP, Chinese destroying housing affordability via fentanyl, Toronto liar mortgages surfacing, more money laundering from China. It's yeah. So this is what's happening, and I think this is why they shut me down, right? Once people realize how destructive money laundering has been across the Commonwealth, once people realize that, wow, Chinese gangs are laundering fentanyl money into real estate and destroying Western societies, and once people realize money laundering by CPP, Chinese destroying housing affordability via fentanyl, once people had to get these liar mortgages in this other video saying for people to keep up with money launderers, once people realize how big this money laundering from China has been in the West, once people realize, and what we've been trying to warn people for over a decade now, is very simple. It's bigger than any war. It's bigger than any war that could be out there. It's bigger than anything that could be out there. You know why? Because they robbed you of your middle class. They robbed you of financial freedom. They removed incomes tied to real estate prices. They removed it all. They made it impossible for the middle class to compete with money launderers. That's why they had to pull this first-time loan crap. They had to pull all this other crap to allow middle-class people to compete with money launderers. And I think hundreds of billions and billions and billions of dollars have been laundered across Canada and Australia, New Zealand, the UK, and the blue states of America. But now I think people are waking up to the fact, and content creators that just started a channel last week are telling you this. But we've been saying it for years, and we've been trying to warn people about this, about the vacant homes, creating artificial shortages, all this BS that they've been doing. And it's sad. It's really sad what's been happening and how we've been getting destroyed. This is bigger than any war that you could ever. And now they're going to send you to war to go fight and protect the Chinese assets in your country. That's what they're going to do in the UK. They're calling a draft in the UK because you got to protect those Chinese assets in the UK from Russia, which they basically, the West started that war with Russia. We go back to our 2016 video about the military buildups on the Russian-Ukraine border during the Barack Hussein Obama administration. We were covering that. No, I cannot monetize TikTok. I'm in Canada. Every American and Canada are moving to Mexico. This is why they built they built the wall so Americans can't. Yes. Okay. Low roller scratcher. Either he saw it for me. Let's see if it comes up. I made a video almost 10 years ago. I did one for Canada, one for the U.S. Here it is, folks. Canada needs to build a border wall for preventing Canadians from escaping open-air prison in Canada. And then see if there's an American one. I did one for America. That was like 8 or 9 years ago, where Americans are building a wall to keep Americans from escaping into Mexico. I see if I could find it here. But I've been saying that for a long time now, folks. That's something I've been on for years and years and years and years. Pamela saying we need M-I-K-R, Mike. I guess that's Mike in the Night. Back. Someone's asking if you're watching the Euros and the Canada and Portugal are playing in the tournament. Yes, I watch it with my kids. We watch a little bit of soccer. It's all fixed. It's all staged. Soccer was staged and fixed for years and years. Up until last maybe year. Well, yeah, the last World Cup was very, very heavily manipulated. Argentina won the World Cup. They got 9 penalties. They got 9 penalties in their favor, and most of them were no contact. The other player did not even contact the other player. When you get 9 penalties, if you don't win a World Cup, that's the biggest embarrassment. The biggest embarrassment is not winning a World Cup and getting 9 penalties in your favor. So you could see how things kind of... 2006, same thing. All the world, if you look at them and you see a lot of match fixing, because they work up the odds, and then the bookies make the money, right? Same thing. They're going to build up Portugal, and then Portugal is going to lose to Liechtenstein or some country, and bookies will make money, right? That's what it's all about. What happened to the Chinese police stations in Canada? Are they watching over their plastic imported shit? Not too sure what's happening with those stations, but the last video we put up was about a year and a half ago, where I got a alphabet company called me from the States. Had an alphabet company call me from the States at my store. Chinese police stations appearing across North, and I actually give the ones in the States the locations, and they called me to ask me how I knew, and yeah. Yeah, the Great Canadian Takeover, China operating extraditional police stations in Canada. So, yeah, whatever. So someone said, I meant, morning Mike, bro. So women in the army draft. Gee, wonder why all of a sudden push. What do you think, King Charles, Satanist, painting, creepy right? Well, they're going to draft people. The next thing that's going to happen is they're going to draft people now. What's going to happen, folks, is they're going to draft you or your kids or your family into the army. They're going to get you to fight useless wars purposely to hide up the economic woes that's been going on for so many years that governments have been slipping on, and now you're going to pay for it, right? We told you in 2018 that 2019 will be the year of the protest, and it happened. And they're going to pull the trigger on the pandemic, and they're blah, blah, and they're going to this, and they're going to lock us down, and they're going to lock... I was wrong, okay? I was wrong about something, and I'll tell you what I was wrong. I thought 7 years ago, here, I'll bring it up so you guys could see it. So you're not making this crap up. So I thought that 7 years ago, it was going to be this. But I was wrong. It's right here. I thought it was this. Mike of the Night, climate lockdowns ahead. Mike of the Night, mass government, misinformation via climate change and climate lockdowns ahead. I honestly thought that's the way they were going to lock us down. And I was wrong. And I did say they were going to pull the trigger on the pandemic multiple times. It's not new news. But I just wanted to put that out there. Yeah. All right, who else is here? Ah, good, we got some people tuning in to Rat's Ass. Because no one gave a rat's ass when their countries were being sold out and being destroyed. And the locals living in those countries that built those countries are no longer welcome in their own countries. Woo! All right, who else is out there today? Hey, Mike, will a majority of conservative government be any different on the... cheers from Brampton. Well, here it is. And yes, I can't spell the guy's name. That's what happens when you got a grade 4 education. And I put in the wrong name. Sorry, guys, I got a question in the... All right. So here it is. Pierre Poilievre cannot save Canada. Wake up. They're all part of the same club, same team. Proof it's all fixed. Justin Trudeau slightly favored over Pierre Poilievre for Prime Minister. Pierre Poilievre can't save you. Too much laundered money. Massive public sector and WEF member. Heel versus face. It's all a lie. Justin Trudeau versus Pierre Poilievre. Donald Trump versus Joe Biden. So we've been telling you guys and warning you guys that there's no one that's going to come to save you because they're not allowed to save you. What do you think this is? They care about you? Nobody cares about you. Do you believe a lot of money laundering is sports cards, Pokemon, Magic? No. Well, no, it's more it's through money laundering's through real estate, bud. That's where you get the money. You get the money through real estate. Real estate keeps going up. Gangs make a ton of money. We're talking in the billions and trillions, right? This makes what's his name? Escobar look like a kid in the play box with the amount of money laundering that's out there via real estate and how we got destroyed. What do you think Ukraine is? Money laundering. What do you think SPX or whatever that thing was? Money laundering. What do you think this all money laundering? Okay, guys. What time is it? I gotta head off, guys. I got a really quiet morning here. Sheridan saying hello, Mike. Yes, and the mayonnaise mania continues. In Canada, City Hall raised up development fees again, up by 20%. They claim they want more homes built. Nothing will get built. We have a managerial class. Who's paying for these sports cards and Pokemon cards? My mom loves me. Yeah, no, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah, this is an episode of Rat's Ass. All right, guys. I just wanted to make a quick live stream, kind of jump on there for you guys and see what's going down. And look forward to reading your comments below. This is what this channel is built off. It's built off of us in the comments, kind of discussing what's going on. All right, guys. Mike Martin's here, signing off for Rat's Ass. I have